Good morning from Maine. At least it is here in Maine. It's morning. Figured I'd do a little handling video on how I got my snake so chill. Pretty much I came up with my own way of doing it. I watched a ton of videos in the very beginning. They all say, oh, leave them for 2 weeks. Don't hold them. Don't hold them until after they eat. And that's all fine and good. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, I know lots of snakes that's how they've taken off by doing just that. Waiting 2 weeks, you get your snake, you wait, have your enclosures or your tubs set up first. Have them dialed in. I can't stress that enough. I'm a rack person or a tub person. If I had 3 snakes, they'd be in tubs. That's just the way it is. That's me. I'm not saying, it's right. I just know that I don't have any food strikes. All mine is super chill. I got boas and balls, and they eat like clockwork. If one goes off food, it's for a week. I don't have months of no snakes eating. See that? That's what my snake rat room is right now, 72.3. You don't need 80. Most of your breeders that have tons of racks have 80-degree rooms. Us guys, I have 6 racks. I have 3 CB70s and I have 3 VE6 racks. And yes, I put blankets over the top. I like the enclosed racks here for in Maine because it gets colder here in the wintertime, and being completely enclosed, they hold more heat, more humidity. I really like these racks. I've had these racks for over 3 years now. Actually, like 4 years. Some of them I've had 4 years. Some of them are a little newer. But as you can see, I like these. They're affordable. This 5-tier rack right here was, I think, $400, right around there. I mean, this is the CB70. Takes the Freedom Breeder 70 size tub. This is a Freedom Breeder 70 size tub. See, it's got the bowl, molded in bowl. These are Freedom Breeder tubs too, but I honestly myself prefer my own bowls because I like to have a bigger soaking area for them. Plus, these are kind of a pain in the ass to put paper towel in. But yeah. But anyway, have your setups. Whether it's in one of these or a rack, have it set up, have it dialed in. Get yourself a heat gun. Get yourself a heat gun. Check that hot spot multiple times. I still like to do it at least once a day. I've had these racks for 4 years, and I still check my stuff every day. When I say I'm in this room 4 to 5 times a day, I am literally at least 4 to 5 times a day. And it's just checking humidities, making sure they got water, the water, they didn't spill the water. I don't want them sitting in water. You don't want them, sitting in water, then they can get scale rot and stuff like that. But anyway, I can't stress enough. Do your research before you purchase any animal. Because a lot of times during research is when we find out that's not the perfect animal for us. Or you're going to find husbandry. Sometimes some animals have some wicked husbandry that you have to keep spot on, like perfect. And for somebody like me that still likes to have a life, them aren't the animals that are for me. And research is how I figured that out. I'd love to have a Chinese water dragon, but you've got to keep the humidity so high and all that. And I mean, I love the Chinese wall dragons. They are beautiful, but it's just not for me. I'll enjoy by watching somebody else's video. Oh, 5 minutes in, I haven't even talked about what I want to get at here. All right, let's talk about when you first get your steak. Yeah, we're all over the place here. Unedited, probably barely educational. I don't care because I'm not really doing these for people to do what I do. I just telling people, like, how I did it. This is how I did it. Doesn't mean that's right, but obviously it's not wrong. I don't have any mean, aggressive. I don't even have snakes that hiss. So, and if you don't believe me, come along for the journey, because you'll see. In 4 years, I've been like, might as well say never been bit. I've only been bit like 3 times in 4 years, and it was baby snakes when I first got them, and they were just a little defensive. They didn't, they hadn't been held a whole lot. But most of my other snakes, I would say, probably got held at least a few times because they were a lot chiller when I first got them. You know what I mean? But for the most part, they were all chill. Now, I don't have an unboxing I can do, but when I did my unboxing, let's just say I'm sitting down, I got my box, I opened my box up, I got the bag out, I cut the tag off, I open it up. Everybody, first thing you do is you're going to look in that bag, because we want to make sure that it's alive and all that. And we also, when you're nervous, if you're getting your first snake, you want to know where that head is. I know I was there too, and now it don't matter. I don't care where the head is. But anyway, so you're looking in there, you got to make sure the thing's all right. It's alive, it's moving around. Like I said, new person's looking for that head because they want, reach right in. Seriously, reach right in that bag, pull it out. Don't go be all hesitant and all that, because the biggest mistake you can make. Oh, my palm's itching. Hopefully I got some money coming in. I think the right hand's coming in, left hand's going out. So anyway, reach right in, pull it out. Don't be tugging on the bag and doing all that shaky crap, trying to pull it out. All you're going to do is stress that snake. It doesn't know what in the hell's going on. Earthquake. Reach in, pull it out. Now, we're going to say that this is basically my box. And you're not going to probably be able to see it. Alright, because here's the snakes. Can you see the snake? I don't want to pull it all the way out because then I can't get it. See it? Reach right in. Grab it. Pick it right up. No. See that? Got tongue flickers. Nice tongue flickers. So she's doing alright. She's going to do alright anyway. These guys are all used to being held. But as you can see, nice tongue flickers. But right now, a lot of times they'd be staring at you. Like right in the face. And like she is right now. Now, if you don't see tongue flickers and they're just staring at you, I recommend turn them. Or do this. Get them watching somewhere else, because in the very beginning, a telltale sign that something might be coming at you is them just staring at you. And you don't want to just stare at them either. They don't really care for that in the very beginning, like dogs. And I'll use dogs. You know how dogs can pick up when people are scared? Snakes can too, and it's twice as bad, 3 times as bad for snakes, because not only can they visually see that we seem like we're upset or scared, they can feel it. Your heartbeat just goes all through your body, and these guys are sensitive on all that stuff. So when you pull them out, if you act nervous, and you're gonna be, I was nervous too, my first snake. You're gonna be nervous, but try to relax. Just try to have it in your head. Yes, they might bite you, but there's a good chance that it's not. Just try to have it in your head that, if you're nice and gentle and slow, that nothing's going to happen. So what I would do is I would take it out of the bag. I'd be holding it like I am right now. And what you want to do is you want to look it all over for any visual, you know, marks to say that it's not healthy. Whether it's got stuck shed, not that doesn't necessarily mean it's unhealthy, but I mean it's not the greatest thing for them. You want to make sure they don't have stuck shed. You want to make sure they don't, it doesn't look like they have mites. Now, you'll be able to tell if it's mites because they won't be just sitting there. They'll be moving around. So you want to check for mites. And I mean, any visual scarring or anything like that, And normally, I'll have mine out for about 5 minutes. When I first get my snake and I unbox it. 10 minutes probably tops. And then I put it away. Now, depending if it's acting like this when I take it out of the box, and it's pretty much acting like this, and a lot of them did. A lot of them didn't even move the day that they came. When I took them out of the bag, it's like, they probably finally stopped being, hurt and jerked around from the shipping, that they finally somewhat relaxed, and when I took them out, they kind of acted like this. So anyone that would act like this, I'd have out for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I would take it out again later that night, like 5, 6 o'clock at night, and I would do another short handling session, 5 to 10 minutes. Now, as long as they were acting like this, curious, nice tongue flickers, not just staring at you. Because like I said, you want to pick up on that. If the snake isn't tongue flickering and it's just staring at you, I would say there's a good chance that a strike's coming, and it's defensive. Trust me. It's not because they look at us and they go, oh, I hate that person. That's not, I'm going to try to change this. It's not that they, they're mean, vicious, or anything like that. They're just defensive. They don't know what's going on, and they're like, I'm going to bite you before you get me. So, but as long as they're acting like this, I'd have it out another 5 to 10 minutes. Now, and then I would put it back in its enclosure. And I would leave it alone at least till the following day. Now, the following day, I'd probably take it out again, like I said, as long as it is acting like this and just, moving around nice and slow, not balled up, not acting like it's scared. Then I'd probably take it out again the following day for 10 to 20 minutes. Now, I wouldn't hold it again that same day, because I fed all of mine 3 days on the third night that they were here from shipping. Now, mind you, I just told you I handled it the first day twice. I handled it the second day once. Short periods of time on anything acting like this. Anything that was balled up or whatever, I would only handle it for maybe 5 minutes on the second day. And that was just because I knew I was going to try to feed the following night. Now, the following day, the third day here, I wouldn't hold them at all that day. And I always feed at 8 p.m. or after. And it never fails. I don't feed earlier than that. I always feed after 8. Mostly it's 8:30 and after. So, and they get used to that. I'll have snakes when I come in here and I check on them, whether it's food night or not, and it's after 8 o'clock. From 8 to about 9:30, they'll be acting like, oh, is food coming in? They're not necessarily in a food mode, but they'll be acting like, oh, could it be food coming? But and it's only between 8:30 and like 9:30 that they ever act like that. I can come in here during the day and they're never in food mode, is what I'm getting at. I never have to worry about during the day taking them out, them ever being like thinking that there's food, because I never feed during the day. They always know it's in the evening. So, but on the third day, let's get back to feeding now. On the third night, I would go and feed like I normally do, heat it up, offer it to them. And I'm telling you right now, oh, I'd say probably 97% of all my animals I got shipping, shipped to me, all ate 3 days. In 3 days. And this was after me holding them, mind you, the 2 days before. And the reason I did this is because I'm one that the sooner you get them used to you, everything else is downhill after that. Feeding, handling, all that. Everything, once you get them used to you and figuring out that you're not a threat, they eat great. They have great sheds. Their temperament is amazing. You know, never trying to get away. You know, just super chill. I'm going to put her back. But that was how I got all these guys chill. My handling went on how they were acting. If they were acting nervous or anything like that. This is Peanut. Peanut's going to go into shed. But see, just like that. Reach right in and pick them out. If you're not in the right state of mind and you don't feel that you can do that, don't handle them at that point in time. You've got to have your head right too. You know, if you're going into it thinking that you're gonna get bit, you're already at the wrong mindset. You've got to have it in your head. Yes, it could happen, but you want to have the feeling mostly that it probably isn't going to happen, and it probably isn't as long as you do everything nice and easy. If you're jerking the tub around, you know, if you pick the tub up and put it down to take them out and you bump it or whatever in the very beginning, it's gonna set them off. It's gonna make them go, oh, what the hell's that? So you want to be real gentle with them and easy with them in the very beginning. I still am. It's really not a beginning thing. You just want to always be, you know, easy and gentle with them, with any animal. It's not just snakes, any animal, you know. And you see this? I could have her out for half an hour or more. If her demeanor changed, like she started getting runny or whatever, that's when I'd put them back. Always end on a good note. And like I said, if you happen to get bit, don't put the snake right back. You're gonna imprint in its head that all I got to do is strike at them and they're gonna put me right back. Don't do that. You're only gonna hurt yourself more than you're gonna help yourself. I'm not saying keep it out for 10 minutes after, but don't put it right back. Hold it still. Show it that you're not gonna hurt it. You know, you just want to interact with it, and that's it. And then you're gonna put it back. And I think that's what I ended up really doing in the beginning is just taking them out into an uncomfortable situation, and only keeping them in that situation for so long before it really gets to the point where they're like, oh, I hate this, and then put them back and let them know that, hey, I'm going to come out, no big deal, and then they're going to put me back in my safe home where I don't have any worries, and they'll all be just like this. And by the time they get big, there won't be any issues. I mean, you won't even be worried about it. Like I said, I don't even worry about getting bit anymore. I really don't. Look at this big boy. You see him? See, reach right in, take him out. This is Caesar. And he is an awesome snake. He really is. He's my biggest male. And he's above average. He's definitely bigger than what they say your average male gets. But he's got such a great temperament. You know, they all do. They all got great temperaments. But yes, it's getting a little cool here in Maine. I actually had to turn the heat up this morning. And don't be afraid to pat them. You know, I'm constantly reaching into these racks and just constantly touching them and patting them. You know, I mean, can you see him? Oh, you can't. There you can. See, he's got both his head and his tail in that hide, and I'm patting him, and he's not going flying in there. He could care less. You know why? Because he knows there's no predators here. There's really absolutely nothing in this house that he has to have any fears of. Most of these guys are all sleeping because it's the middle of the day. She's gonna get washed out. Reach in, pat her. See, she's not even moving. Because they're so used to me being in here all the time. I don't care where their heads are in the very beginning. Always grab from, and don't grab them by their head. Oh, I should have said something about that. There's absolutely no reason to grab a non-venomous snake around its head. I mean, unless you're like administrating medication or something like that, there's absolutely no reason to grab a hold of your snake like this. There's just no reason for it. You know? I hate that. There's no reason to do that. These guys don't need that. They don't deserve that. You know? I'm coming to your house and grab you by your neck and your throat. Absolutely no reason to do that to a snake. Especially these guys. You know, maybe a wild snake or something, you know, but there's no reason these captive bred animals don't deserve to be grabbed by the neck. You know, look, head shy. Ball pythons are so head shy. Not at all. Don't even care. No, don't even care. He was running. He was running when I first got him. He still ate 3 days after getting him, and I held him those 3 days. But like I said, I just didn't hold him for very long because he was running, and I could tell that it wasn't his favorite thing on wanting to be out. So I'd keep him out for maybe 5 minutes, and it was a little hand over hand when I first got him. And I mean, he was little. He was only 90 grams. He was my smallest ball python that I had bought at that time. Most all of them were like 250. And I do recommend, you know, if you're going to get a baby, I would get something at least 250, 300 grams. That's something that's probably well established, a good eater, a decent eater anyway. All of mine eat awesome. They eat like clockwork. You know, and I didn't have to put any extra time in. All of my last 2 clutches have never had a live meal. There's absolutely no reason you have to feed them live to begin with. They will take frozen thawed. I did have 2 that I had to actually two from different clutches that I had to assist feed. One I had to assist feed twice, and then the third time of offering it took it from tongs, and it has ever since. And the other one, I think I had to help. I had to assist feed one time, and then the second time I offered off tongs, and it took it from get go. You know, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. Then I had to hold it by the head. Yes, I had to grab it right here, pinch it on either side to assist feed it. But you know, like I said, for medication or like assist feeding or something like that, yes, that's the only reason that you should feel that a maybe possible need to grab them by their head. But anyway, but that's how I did it, and then I just kept doing it, and then, you know, the more the more, and then I'd feed it, and then I'd leave it. I'd leave them for 3 days. I'd still check on them, you know, and all that. And yes, if they happen to pee or poop within that 2 to 3 days of them, you know, digesting, I would change them. My wife would hold them, but she would just keep them nice and flat. Didn't move them around. She'd just go and hold her hands flat like this and let them just kind of lay there. And then I'd change them real quick, and then we'd stick them right back in. We didn't actually, you know, have like a holding session. She would just literally hold them and not move around a whole lot. So, but you see, ball pythons aren't rocks. He's moving around, but you can tell he's not trying to get away. You know what I mean? But, so, that's how I did it. And then I just kept doing that, you know. And then I figured out, you know, some snakes, yes, didn't care for that kind of, you know, taking them out all the time. And like I said, those ones I just wouldn't have out so often. I might give them a day in between of no handling. Now they're all to the point where I can handle them whenever. I mean, I don't recommend, and I'm not saying I do, but I could hold all these guys after they ate. I guarantee it, because they don't care. I am no stress to them whatsoever. When I open their tub up, their first thought isn't, oh my God, you know, this guy again. I guarantee it, because they don't give me that reaction. Half the time they come right out to me, and I know they're coming out to me because if I step off to the side of their tub, they follow me. Whatever side of the tub that I'm on is the side they come over. They're not trying to go over the front. They're not trying to go over the other side of their tub. They're always actually, you know, trying to come to me. And a lot of people go, oh, it's because they hate those tubs. That's why they're coming right out. No, it ain't. Because if they hated those tubs so much that if I open that tub up and I walk away, they don't come out of that tub. They stay right in that tub. They will peek their head out, see that I'm not in here. Because I do it all the time. I open the tub up and I might have to go in the other room for something real quick. And I'll come back in here and it's all the way in the back of their tub. Why? Because I'm not in here. They only want to come out if I'm in here. Like I said, if I open their tub up and I walk out and go in the other room, they're going back in that tub. They won't come out. They don't try to come out. Mine don't even try to get away. Even when I let Foxy out, she will literally come out, go across the top of here, and then she'll come back, and then she'll go back in her tub. You know, they're not coming out of these tubs. They don't fight me going back into the tub because they hate that tub. They just don't feel like going back yet. That's all it is. They're as comfortable out with me as they are in that tub. So that's why they will come out to me. They will come out to you. When you've gained that trust and respect, they will literally come out. When I come in this room, I can see noses start coming up to the front of the tub, and I can see them underneath. Like going back and forth like this, going, hey, come on, open that tub up, let me see. You know, I want to say hi. But we'll put Caesar back. He's a pinstripe. Oh, I can't see. Oh, come on. Too much crap up here. So nice and slow, he's going back. Yeah, obviously I go through these tubs. He's lucky fucking kind of come back out on me. Oh, I just heard somebody. Somebody's pooping. Yeah, it's this girl right here. She's pooping. baby boa. See? Let's see. Can you see it? A lot of people see that baby boa right there. A lot of people would look at that right there and say, "Oh, she's so mad, and she's so mean." But look. Oh, I hope you could see it. I hope you could see it. My baby boas are just as all my snakes. It doesn't matter whether it's a boa or whether it's a ball. They've all been super chill. I mean, super, super chill. See how she's not running? I know to some people they don't realize that this isn't running, but this isn't running at all. To go up my nose. Go up my nose. See? I really have no worries, and they can sense that. This girl this morning, I just started touching her on her head. See? Nice chill behavior. I might do a video this weekend more on these racks because I do like these racks. I'm not sponsored. It's just my personal opinion. I really do like these racks, considering, you know, some of these racks cost you $3,000, man. And I'm not taking away that they're probably worth every bit of it, but they're not really the racks for me. Because like I said, here in Maine, it gets cold in the wintertime. So I prefer a closed in sides, you know, completely closed in. And then, as you see, I throw a blanket. I throw a blanket on the top, goes over the back, down the sides. I've got another blanket that I'm going to be putting on my CB70 rack. I always blanket them in the wintertime. Like I said, it's 73.4 in here now, 73 degrees. I mean, yes, I won't have my snakes out that long, but 74 degrees doesn't hurt them. There's no breeze in here, you know. And actually, it's probably, it's 73 up here. You know, it's probably a little cooler down here on towards the floor. But no, I just wanted to say that, explain, you know, how I got my snake so chill, and this was pretty much it. You know, just handling, and I mean, you got to handle them. Even the ones that aren't comfortable, the only way you're gonna get them more comfortable is by handling them. You know, but it really doesn't. It doesn't get. It's never that big of a deal. I've never seen them that. I mean, yeah. So on video, I've seen them mean and nasty, and that's why I take for granted how super chill my snakes are. You know, because there are plenty of people out there that don't have that they're not like this. You know, but from what I see, it seems to be your big breeders, the ones that don't, you know, have so many snakes that's not even possible for them to be able to go through and hold them. Because you figure out, if I hold 38 snakes and I only hold them for 15 minutes each, figure out how long that is. You know, figure out what 15 minutes times 38 snakes is. You know, and if you've got 200, you can't even hold them for 5 minutes. You know, so. But anyway, that's how I got mine so chill. I hope this did help. It probably didn't help at all. I was probably all over the place between talking about racks and feeding, but that's how I did it, and it's worked for me. I'm not saying that it's necessarily right. Like the biggest thing is you got to figure out your own snakes, because nobody else is going to be able to tell you how your snake is going to act at home with you. You know, it's a learning experience. It's just like learning to ride a bike. You know, you got to learn. You got to learn how to take care of animals. It's kind of the same thing. All animals, you know, have different, you know, different needs, necessities, you know, and I can't stress enough. Like, do your research. Do your research before you get an animal. Have your setup ready for that animal. I tell people I'd like to see them set up a week ahead. When anybody's buying anything from me, any snakes from me, I tell them, look, I really can't stress enough. Set it up a week early, because you'll be surprised at how much you might have to mess with that thing to get it right, to get your temperatures right. And then you're still going to have to figure out, you know, how to keep your humidity. It's not just your temps, keeping your temps right. You got to keep your humidity right. I mean, as you can see, I don't have any drilled holes in any of my tubs. I've got enough humidity in my room that I don't have to worry about that, because they got plenty of ventilation too. There's actual spaces up over the top. It's almost a 1/4 of an inch gap. You know, so they getting plenty of ventilation. Most of the time people drill holes in them because they're using that Repti chip. That Repti chip holds humidity and moisture extremely well. But if you're already in a state that's kind of humid as it is, that Repti chip just drives the humidity way up, and that's why most of them places have holes drilled in, because they've got to get rid of that humidity somehow. I mean, high humidity isn't as bad as low humidity. Low humidity is what creates RI, respiratory infection. It's not high humidity. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. It's not high humidity, it's low humidity that causes RI. Too high a humidity can cause scale rot, though. You know, it can cause other problems, but it's not RI. Oh, 37-minute video. Sorry, people. I don't know how to shoot a short one. Maybe I will tomorrow. I bet I can get a short video out of just talking about the racks. But as always, I'll always have a snake out. We'll probably take Foxy. Maybe Foxy and Aurora out in tomorrow's video. Maybe I'll have the wife hold the camera for me. I think the color comes out better on the snakes when the camera's pointed the other way and not facing me. Well, my phone, I should say. Because right now I'm facing the big part of the screen, not the little camera. Let's see. You guys want to see me fight with her for that? Because she just kept looking like she wanted to get away. Not really. These guys just move around. No. Come on, girl. Face the other way. I'll pull her hide out a little bit. Come on, girl. Boas are a lot harder to put away. I don't think they're any harder to get out, but they're definitely harder to put away. And this girl's like, I want to be out now. I already took my morning nap. Gotta get her head face down, pushed up underneath that lip. There we go. I think we got it. Yeah, we did. And then I just sit there and let her come off my hand. Come on. No, she's going to try to come back out, I bet. Come on, girl. Just massage it a little bit. Oh, here she comes. Come on, no. Put my finger out. All right, so there you go. That's how I got my snake so chill. Probably didn't help anybody, but that's how I did it. You know, and I'm like I said, I'm not saying don't listen to other people when they say leave them for 2 weeks. You can do that too, because I mean, plenty of snakes have become super chill that way too. This is just how I did it, because I won't buy an animal that I can't hold. If I can't hold and interact with them, they're not an animal for me. It's the way I look at it. I prefer to have animals that I can be hands-on with. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the new subs. And remember, if you can't be good at it. Cheers.